Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. I've been working on the dually. I haven't really been doing anything that I thought really justified turning the camera on. What I've been doing is trying to work and get that bed off. It needs to come off for one thing before, like I had showed you before, it's pretty much rotted, and I want to take it off so I can get that so I can get the frame cleaned up and get some paint on it and try and preserve it the best I can. I did get some more of the grandpa gear removed. I took the running boards off, and it's just revealing a lot more than what I had anticipated. I really don't know what the fate of the truck is going to be yet. So as of right now, I'm still planning on keeping it unless it turns into more of a money pit. I showed you before that the rockers were gone. Yeah, they are gone. Pretty much 100% almost on both sides. Driver's side is pretty bad. Passenger side is just about there to match. So tonight, to assist me on taking the bed off, I made a bed lift for my engine hoist. So I do have everything hooked up and ready to go. To get the bed off of one of these, there is 4 bolts behind the axle and 4 bolts in front of the axle, 2 on each side, front and rear. But on my case, I had right in there, I had 3 bolts in there, and on the inside of the frame rail I had 3 more bolts on the inside, and then I had the same thing on the other side. You want to make sure and unhook your electrical. On a dually, there is one more connection on the electrical, and that will be your side marker lights and your fender flares. And also, you don't want to forget to undo your gas filler neck. This one here on this truck is different than what it was on my 02. There was 3 screws around the outside of the cap. This one here, there's 3 screws, and this whole thing comes in. So I saw these on Eastwood. I saw them on Amazon. They are about $200 to make, 199 bucks. This is that square tubing that I buy for work that we use from signposts. I bought 13 foot of tubing. This is some stuff I had left over from what I purchased last time. I bought 13 foot of tubing, and I've got $55.25 in the square tubing, and also $6 in the 1/2 inch U-bolt right there. So theirs is adjustable in and out here, and then, well, mine is adjustable in and out there too, to different widths bed. But I made mine just primarily probably to fit a 8-foot bed. You probably could fit it in a 6-foot bed, but I know it probably wouldn't fit in a 5.5-foot bed, just the newer beds, just because this center section here is 5.5 foot long. So rear bumper is removed. I should have took the hitch off too, to allow me to come in just a little bit further. As you can see, I've stretched as it is. So we're gonna see what happens when we take this off. So yeah, let's get at it and get that off the truck. Tonight I have one mod that I hope to get done. Not really a mod, it's just an upgrade as far as I am concerned. So right now, let's see what we can do about getting that bed off of there. Alright, well, I think that bed lift worked pretty well. Like I said, I made mine from square tubing. I've got about 55 bucks in it. If you guys want, I will put a link in the description on Amazon. They are available on Prime. If you need one, they are very handy. As you saw, I was able to take that bed off by myself. Now, it took a little bit of work. I forgot to take out my fifth wheel hitch plug that was in the bed, so I need to do some reworking on that anyway. By the time I got it up there, it was to the point to where I didn't want to crawl in between the frame and the bed to be able to unhook everything, so I just cut the wire, and I'll just have to put the plug back on the end. No big deal. I don't like any of this. I hate Scotch-Lite connectors, so all of these will come off and get soldered with my connectors. I just don't like them. I was cutting one of these bolts off from the fifth wheel, and I got into it, the cutting wheel kicked over and got into my wiring harness right there, so I need to solder a couple of wires together right there. So, and as you can tell, I have a lot of cleanup work to do. After I get it back from Matt, we get the rear end. I haven't heard from him this week, but I think tentatively he's planning on picking it up on Friday. So that gives me just a few more days to be able to get things cleaned up, at least pressure washed and cleaned off before he comes and gets it. So everything is a filthy, nasty mess under there. This is why you do not leave things sit. I mean, you can just see the scale on everything. It is just unreal what the moisture from the ground will do. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why people leave stuff sit. If you don't use it, if you don't drive it, sell it. Look at the rear end housing, how scaly it is. I mean, it's just coming off in layers. Now granted, that's a heavy cast piece, so it's fine, but just look at the rest of the frame. So we're gonna have to do quite a bit of cleaning, quite a bit of, I'm not wire wheeling it, I'm not wire brushing it. There's a air tool, a pneumatic tool called a needler, and it looks like a long cylinder. It has a bunch of needles in it, and what that does is that hammers them needles, and it'll take all that scale off there. When that's done, I'll hit it with some chassis saver, I'll hit it with some Pour 15, something to preserve the metal that is there. I don't think it's to the point to where it is unsafe as far as structural. It's just like that first layer with the paint is what is coming off. As you can see, some of it is a little bit worse, like that's just the spare tire jack. I mean, that's pretty bad, pretty corroded. I did have to cut one of my air lines because they had it going up and through one of the bed rails, so that had to be cut off on that side, and I broke the fitting taking it off, so I just cut the line. So just little odds and ends that we're gonna have to do to get things back together. I told you I had one extra thing tonight, and what I actually picked up was some new Recon cab lights. A guy on Facebook Marketplace had these. They are the smoked. Currently what we have up there now is the amber. These are a smoked lens with a amber bulb, and Recon makes a phenomenal product. They are all a plug and play. So we're gonna go up there and get these installed. If I can get this out. That'll just plug right into the existing socket, and then they come on when you turn your running lights on. If you do not have cab lights, they also send you a wiring harness to be able to wire them into your headlight switch. Pretty simple, easy to do these. As you can see, I have the amber lights. It's just 2 Phillips screws. And they will be stuck. Get some cleaner and clean those up. Just pull these off, pull your bulbs out. And then these plug right in place. Just like that. Thread everything back in there. I did clean all that up where the original light was sitting. Like I said, you just thread that back in there and set it in place. Recon sends you stainless steel screws with little rubber washers. And they just screw right back in the factory location. Alright, with the screws tightened, test her out and see what she looks like. So much better. Alright, I got all 5 of them installed. Such a cleaner look. When they are off, they are just all black. Got to address headlights, fog lights, and tail lights next, and also the third brake light on there. Third brake light, tail light. Well, third brake light probably go back to Recon, and then don't know what I'm going to do yet for headlights. That's what they look like with them off. Those are available on Amazon also. I'll put a link in the description for those. They are a Recon light. Recons, they're a little on the pricey side. I got those off of Marketplace. Like I said, they were, get in here, ooh, look at that. Get in here, get in here. They were 60 bucks on Marketplace, and new that I saw them like 89 to 120-ish. So they are a little bit pricier light, but Recon makes a really nice product. So get a chance, check out their website, head on over to Amazon and pick up a set for yourself if you want to, or they have some cheaper ones on there too. I did look at the cheaper ones. They had some on there for like 30 bucks, but I don't know if they're a plug and play, if you got to cut and splice, or what you have to do. So anyway, also I'll put a link in the description for the bed lift, or just pick up some square tubing and make one for yourself. I don't know what square tubing would cost. That's just what I had readily available to me. Easy, so that's what we use to make those. Man, it is getting dark out. It's just about 10 o'clock, so I think I'm gonna color a night. Next up, hopefully we'll be out at Matt's, diving into the rear end, or actually I gotta get it cleaned up too. So maybe tomorrow night we'll get the pressure washer out and get everything cleaned up, see how well that scale comes off with just a pressure washer. And I need to get the needler from the guy too. I don't personally own it. I just borrow it. So I don't know if Harbor Freight has those or not, because it's something I don't use very often. Anyway, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, come in here where you can see me, and subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll talk to you guys later on.